sadness from wherever you've been. Come broken-hearted, let rescue begin. Come find your mercy, O sinner, come near. Earth has no sorrow that heaven can heal. Earth has no sorrow that heaven can heal. So lay down your burdens, lay down your shame. All who are broken, lift up your face. Oh, wanderer, come home. You're not too far. So lay down your heart, lay down your heart. Come as you are. There's hope for the hopeless and all those who've strayed. Come sit at the table, come taste of the grace. There's rest for the weary, a rest that endures. Earth has no sorrow that heaven can cure. So lay down your burdens, lay down your shame. All who are
There was a moment. At first, it was a moment of nothing and of silence, a place of darkness and void, reigning on a tapestry of emptiness and quiet. Just nothing. No walls or barriers, nothing. No sound, no beginning or end. And yet, there was the sense that beginning and end began here, running together in a swirl of known and unknown, of ending and unending, of nothing and of everything. But nothing is as it seems, and little by little it could be seen that the moment pulsated and had color and song. Not color such as the eye could see, not song that the ear could hear, just the blush of color and a tranquility of a song. It shifted and it changed, and it moved in slow dances to the melody unknown as it painted through the place it came, until it could be said that the moment ceased to be and just became. As the color danced, it moved and swirled, revealing the eloquence of a figure that had not been seen before, but had always been. The light simply rearranged itself to reveal the form, a figure of serenity and the color of tranquility, all in the midst of the dance, not by chance, but certain of its existence, as in the certainty that beginning and end were one with each other. The figure appeared to be seated, not on anything or at anything, yet seated. The features carried the air of thoughtful inward contemplation, an artist painting his symphony. And love, solemn love, bubbling within, poured out and mixed with the color, danced with it, and gave it life. And it became, and he saw what he had made, and that it was good. The artist poured into his moment his heart of love and his longing. He brushed the light and sang of its joining. The image took shape and the form found boundary and mooring. He brought to his moment a new thinking of color, of longing, of music and wanting, and he painted a richness and sang a new song for the light so it could move and become life. And a new world took shape in light's dawning.
Down on my knees again, surrendering all, surrendering all. Find me here, Lord, as you draw me near, desperate for you, desperate for you. I surrender. Drench my soul as mercy and grace unfold. I hunger and thirst. Hunger and thirst. With arms stretched wide, I know you hear my cry. Speak to me now. Speak to me now. I surrender. I surrender. I want to know you more. I want to know you more. I surrender. I surrender. I want to know you more. I want to know. to know you more. I want to know you more. I surrender. I surrender. I want to know you more. I want to know you more.
As he moved his brush, a hillside formed, and he conducted trees budded, grass swayed, and water trickled. He sang of green and flowers, of plum and cherry, of sun and showers, and ripening berry. He painted of wheat and purple heather, of clouds and calm, of breath and wonder. Then the artist took a fragment of color, swirled it, added to it, until it became a pigment of light, one that shone brightly as a star, yet brighter than any other star. And it poured across the canvas. He laid another swirl of color with careful gesture, and with the star of light began to sing a new beginning of love unending. As his brush flowed, the chorus rose, and the tapestry took life, and love found shape, the shape of the artist, yet amongst the space. Love began to sing, and in the singing found winging from the dark to the light, as with flight of bird and flick of fin, and through all the shapes, forms, contours, and colors. Down the hillside love sang and danced, and the artist laughed and was pleased in love's dance and the light that did emanate.
Seated above, enthroned in the Father's love, destined to die, poured out for all mankind. God's only Son, perfect and spotless one. He never sinned, but suffered as if he did. All authority word of our testimony, everyone overcome. We will overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony, everyone overcome. We will overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony, everyone overcome. We will overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony, everyone overcome. Savior, worthy of honor and glory, worthy of all of our praise, you overcame. Jesus, awesome and powerful forever, awesome and great is your name. You overcame. Savior, worthy of honor and glory, worthy of all of our praise, you overcame. Jesus, awesome and powerful forever, awesome and great is your name. You overcame. Jesus, awesome and powerful forever, awesome and great is your name. You overcame.
The artist would have stopped, but love was alone. So he bent his brush and stroked again. New colors this time in the form of 12, with dark and with light, and one darker than the others. And he fashioned their colors with care and signed them with his heart. He brushed forms of pageantry and pleasantry, of fellowship and camaraderie, of beginning and ending, of growing and learning, and of knowing and yearning, and of searching. And as his brush sang, color danced and beauty sprang. Away down the hill to the artist's trill, the cavalcade moved to his chorused will. They sang and danced and continued to pass in a throng to the plain at the foot of the hill. The artist smiled as they flowed from his caress, then laughed with quickening delight. But the canvas became shadowed, with darkness close by, and love become troubled as the bright colors turn night. And the chorus chose darkness and played in the shadows. They sang of malice and wallowed in sorrow, while the artist watched and waited, watched and painted. With the brush of his pen, the artist flung love's color, and he drifted into the shadow. The crowd jumped in alarm as love came down, and with great circles of whirl and spin. They slowed at love's color, covered their eyes to its luster, and turned away the closer he came. Scarcely fresh on the page, some smiles became rage, and a strange hush would descend. They clenched hands more tightly, drew their figures uprightly so as not to let love in. Some tried to break free in order to see this light that had shone bright in the shadow. But most misunderstood evil from good, and the song love sang so vibrantly. The artist painted wantonly, singing of love and harmony, but the crowd turned away to leave. Love held out his arms as they began to withdraw in a cold and indifferent retreat. "I can show you a new dance," he offered. "We'll not be bothered," they countered, with many bold with contempt. "I can even paint you a new landscape filled with song and light." But they yawned. "We're our own, and we will not be troubled tonight." They danced once again, but around love, and then they mocked and laughed at his singing. One echoed no fear, not shedding a tear, in a kiss that did betray him. Others mustered up boldness to step in and to trip him, and love lay sprawled on the earth. And many showed doubt as he didn't cry out as the swarm closed in around him. The rest called him names, to shame and in shame of the sacrifice that would not be in vain. They found the artist's brush left behind in the dust, and the crowd chorused huge satisfaction. They stroked red lines 39 times around love's ambient color. The crowd surged forward and watched with hunger as an untamed waiting the kill. They struck him unending as they screamed to the heavens, then forced love to walk up the hill. And at the top they slowed and stopped at the place, anticipating their next move. An X was found and planted in the ground to await what love would endure. His form ripped apart, they suspended love on the mark, while the crowd looked on in scorn. Love hung from that spot, and color bled from his heart as the artist's song became forlorn, and love died.
It was there as the midday sun disappeared, and darkness gazed defying a cold and empty stare. It was there. Oh, it was there. It was there, as sin and crimson mixed with tears. His cries pierced the wind, lost to the shouts of the horde. It was there. Oh, it was there. I dream a dream that one day we will see. Dream a dream where hope turns reality. Then one day we will know the meaning that was shown. A love, a sacrifice for you and me. I was there when God's eternal gift was pierced and thrown aside, and cast upon my sin 3 days in the fire, I was there. Oh, you were there. So I dream a dream that one day we will see. Dream a dream where all turns reality. And one day we will know the meaning that was shown. A love, a sacrifice for you and me. Seeing is in the cross, the sacrifice is ours. Freely took our place. The fallen scar is raised in glory, praise. So I dream a dream that one day love prevails. Dream a dream where darkness disappears. And one day we will know the meaning that he'd shown. A love, a sacrifice for you and me. A love, a sacrifice for you and me.
A dark cloud swirled around the form on the ground, washing away the artist's glee. In the milling confusion of fear and disillusion, death seemed the only reality. Those who had earlier hung back from the taunts of the dance were drowning in their own self-pity. As they scrambled and tried to reach love's side, the cloud swelled in a rage of fury. They reached for him, all colored in crimson, confused of the end and its meaning. And alongside they lay next to the form lifeless and gray, as the last of love's color drained past them. The light died quickly to a song melancholy, and as an end gave pause to love's birth. From malevolent mocking, the canvas would darken, and fear replaced the crowd's mirth. The sky turned to tears, and the hills disappeared, while the people searched vainly for safety. But the colors ran down where many would drown, unaccepting of the artist's healing hand.
Here's my heart, Lord. Here's my heart, Lord. Here's my heart, Lord. Speak what is true. Here's my heart, Lord. Here's my heart, Lord. Here's my heart, Lord. Speak what is true, 'cause I am found, I am yours, I am loved, I'm made pure, I have life, I can breathe, I am healed, I am free. Here's my heart, Lord. Here's my
There was a moment of nothing, a place of darkness and empty space. But the moment pulsated, shifted, and changed as what's taken becomes given in mercy and grace. Beginning and end came together in a collage of knowing and unending, and love was reborn, re-given an allegoric reflection of what was and what can be. And so the shadow flees and the light rearranged as the shifting reveals not one form, but three. Yes, death is thrown captive and life is set free as the artist sings a new song and repaints his tapestry. So reach out to love and bear the title of daughter and son. With light at your head and love in your heart, the great song is formed, praising the dance. Come and join the new dance, a dance of rebirth, daughters and sons. Come and join the new dance. Come.
On a hill far away stood an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and shame. And I love that old cross where the dearest and best for a world of lost sinners was slain. Yes, that old rugged cross, so despised by the world, has a wondrous attraction to me. For the dear Lamb of God left his glory above to bear it to dark Calvary. So I cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. And the old rugged cross stained with blood so divine, a wondrous beauty I see. 'Cause on that old cross Jesus suffered and died to pardon and sanctify me. So I cherish Hallelujah.